Just making sure you copied about 7 minutes. Ten four. Workman Mill in the 60 now. Pretty much 60560. Yeah, I'm using it to keep track of where it is. Peck and the 605. Peck. Westbound 60 from Peck. We're requesting CHP to take over. Westbound 60 approaching Rosemead. Okay, I see the air unit right out about your 2 o'clock. You see it going westbound? Okay, CHP having them switch back and forth all these frequencies. Simon Desk, we got the pursuit. Oh, on the shoulder there. You got it, right, Rick? Hey, Cat from Chopper, we got the pursuit here. Simon Desk on the 161. Ten four. Welcome everybody, tuning in on the NBCLA streaming platforms. It's been quite a day for pursuits across the Southland. This one now is a stolen vehicle started by LA County Sheriffs in the industry area, now on the 60 freeway westbound, approaching the 710. We have a sheriff's air unit overhead using their night sun to keep this vehicle lit up. 4 units on the ground. Sheriffs has officially handed this one over to CHP, and CHP is getting in position to get units behind this vehicle. As of right now, the air unit is overhead calling the shots as CHP works to get units from their East LA area in position to get behind this stolen vehicle. Keeping an eye on our speedometer there on the left side of your screen. We're bouncing around between 95, 85, slowing down a little bit, hovering around 90. Staying on the westbound 60 from the 710. There's the interchange right there, going under the bridge of the on and off ramps, continuing in the fast lane of the 60 freeway. You saw a CHP unit on the side of the road there, and another law enforcement vehicle taking position in the fast lane right now. A lot of radio traffic right now that I'm monitoring between sheriffs and CHP. trying to figure out exactly what their plan of attack is going to be here, but they do have the Sheriff's Air Unit continuing to call out locations, and you can see picking up speed a little bit. Maybe he realized that that was a black and white behind him, and he's picking up speed. Although, this driver has had the night sun on him for quite some time now, so this driver must know that he is being followed and seen. Okay, there's our first CHP ground unit with lights and sirens now on, continuing behind this suspect. Looks like this is going to be a 5 north, it looks like, on the on-ramp to the 5 north. This is a part of downtown LA where there's lots of freeways crisscrossing each other. This one's going to be the 5 north. Let's zoom out a little bit and see what the traffic situation is going to be. There's a little bit of volume there. We've seen this driver not be afraid to get on the shoulder to get around traffic that way. That CHP unit not afraid to follow him onto the shoulder, going under the overpass here, coming out the other side. There he is on the shoulder again, very close to a couple of cars right there. Weaving back and forth from the right shoulder now into, looks like the number 4 lane, swerving around other vehicles in the area. And this CHP unit is getting very close, trying to make the message clear to this driver, pull over right away. Now in the number 1 lane, this is still the 5 north through the downtown area. You can see there the overpass signs going through the shot. CHP continuing on this pursuit in the downtown area, northbound 5. I'm going to widen out the shot to see what else CHP has. It looks like it's just this one unit for now. They're asking for help from CHP Central Division. And this suspect has hit a wall there. A few vehicles there, making a little bit tough to deal with traffic there, going around the white van. And this CHP unit not playing any games, staying very close to this stolen vehicle. Kind of interesting how this driver seems to use these lane lines as a mere suggestion and not as the law. He or she appears to be kind of swerving back and forth around these lane lines and swerving around the traffic around them. That one CHP unit still right behind him there. We're seeing the driver kind of go between speeds of about 80 into the 90s, touching 100. Not too much faster than that now as we, let's see. As the driver kind of hits a clearing in the freeway, we're sneaking a little past 100 there as CHP stays right behind the suspect vehicle, continuing in northbound, I believe northbound, continuing on the 5. Into the Atwater Village area, around Elysian Park, Dodger Stadium. This driver will have the option of taking the 2 into Highland Park or into Pasadena. But at this point, we're still northbound 5. Oh. A little bit of a wobble being exhibited here. Oh, on the shoulder there. This is a Cadillac SUV, but I don't know if this particular one is known for off-roading. I don't think it is. A lot of dust being kicked off there in the background. This lone CHP unit, still the main primary, so they call it, in this pursuit. I'm going to widen out the shot here and see if they have any other units yet here on scene. I don't see any. I know they're trying to get a few more in the mix here to provide some backup for this one officer here that's kind of taking on this pursuit all by himself on the ground, even though we do continue to have support from Sheriff's Air 24 continuing to call this pursuit for the units on the ground. Northbound 5, we're past the 2. We're going to be into the Glendale area, the San Fernando Valley. Not quite there yet, but that's what's going to be next, the 134, if this driver continues in that general direction. Okay, we have a secondary CHP unit now joining this pursuit. That's good news here for all the law enforcement here on scene. Monitoring all the frequencies here as my pilot deals with the air traffic in the area. We're continuing now northbound 5 through Atwater Village, kind of bobbing and weaving between the left shoulder and the right shoulder. You have these 2 CHP units continuing very close behind this Cadillac SUV. This is going to be stolen. The pursuit began out of the industry area, and these CHP units not messing around, staying very close to the rear bumper of this vehicle as he bobs and weaves around traffic, making some very close passes by some of the other northbound traffic here on the 5 freeway. I wouldn't call this an excessively high-speed pursuit, but it is a high-speed pursuit. The driver's staying in the 90s as far as speeds go. Looking out the helicopter window, traffic on the northbound 5 is going to continue to be moderate to light, but mostly on the light side, so this traffic shouldn't be an issue as far as this driver's ability to continue on. What's that? Copy that. We're passing the 134. Looks like the suspect has already passed those 134 off ramps, and we're going to be committed to the 5 freeway here now. He needs to change to a different frequency at some point. Let's see here. Let's see if they're calling it on a different frequency. Still on the northbound 5. We're in Burbank now. This thing started in the city of Industry in the San Gabriel Valley, took the 60 westbound, the 5 north, and continuing the 5 north through the Burbank area. If you're in the Burbank area, if you know anyone on the 5 freeway, shoot them a call. Tell them to be very careful if they're heading in the northbound direction. Alameda, Olive, streets that run through kind of the center of Burbank, and this main CHP unit continues to bob and weave with every move that this suspect throws at him. On the brakes there a little bit with some of that traffic up there in front of him. Slowing down a little bit. I'm showing speeds of about 60, 70 miles an hour now, and just as I say that, we pick up speed a little bit into the 70s, now into the 80s. And that's what I was waiting for. CHP has regional frequencies that they use to monitor these pursuits and coordinate their law enforcement efforts, and they just switched to a frequency that covers a wider area. So I'm going to tune to that frequency right now. Continuing northbound 5, still in the city of Burbank now. This is one of those pursuits that you don't really know what's going to happen. It hasn't been one that's been steady at one speed, just in one direction. This suspect has pulled surprises out of his or her bag of tricks using the left shoulder, the right shoulder, a little bit of surface streets, a little bit of freeways, and everything in between. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on this one. CHP Air 24 continuing to be the law enforcement aircraft overhead here, calling out the pursuit for the units on the ground. You can see a couple of those CHP units preparing to take that exit if the suspect decided to make a last-minute move. And this driver kind of leaning on the right-hand side, possibly thinking about making an exit here. Still in the northbound 5, still in Burbank. Hollywood Way going to be the next off-ramp here for this suspect. I'm going to widen out the shot here and just see the kind of presence that CHP has here. It looks like, as of now, we just have those 2 units right behind this pursuit. The way CHP kind of works is you'll have a couple of units involved in the what they call a pursuit package, and then other units will get involved as the pursuit moves from different areas. This thing started, obviously, Sheriff's Industry in the City of Industry, so Industry Sheriff's Department, CHP Baldwin Park, and then CHP East LA took the lead in this pursuit. Now in the CHP Altadena area, continuing northbound, passing Sunland. I believe we're back in the City of LA limits here in the San Fernando Valley. Picking up speed a little bit here, looking at 100 miles an hour now. You see those 2 CHP units staying very close behind. Once again, this is going to be a stolen vehicle that CHP was, or sorry, excuse me, Industry Sheriff's was originally following down there in the City of Industry, San Gabriel Valley. And the suspect has refused to stop and is now leading CHP on this pursuit on the northbound 5. Northbound 5 in Penrose, northbound 5 in Lankershim. Those are the streets in the area here, leaving the city of Burbank, back in the city of Los Angeles. I believe if this driver stays on his current heading, you're going to have the 5170 merge. You're going to have the 5118 merge, and those, at least the 5118 merge is going to be an option for this suspect to change directions, go maybe go further west, maybe go further south at that point, or this driver may continue northbound. Eventually after that, you have Santa Clarita. If this driver takes the 14, this thing could end up in Palmdale. We're dealing with a reasonable amount of winds up here in News Tripper 4 Alpha, so the Palmdale drive, we'll have to look into that one, see what the winds are looking like in the Antelope Valley. But that's kind of a long way ahead of us at this point, getting a little bit ahead of ourselves right now. Okay, copy that. Being told now a CHP helicopter is now catching up to this pursuit and will replace Sheriff's Air 24, which has been giving the calls out to units on the ground, keeping CHP very well informed of where this driver is. Oh, that suspect may have made contact with a vehicle there in the number 2 lane. Oh, wasn't quite sure what happened there, but now we're approaching the 5170 merge, continuing northbound. Let's see if we can zoom in on the side of this vehicle here and see if we can see any damage. I don't see anything too obvious there on the left side of the vehicle, but from my vantage point, it sure looked like this pursuit vehicle may have made just a little bit of contact with another innocent bystander motorist there in another vehicle. Slamming on the brakes now, we'll see. Oh, making a quick turn. Making a quick turn to lanes on the right. Osborne will be the next exit here if this driver decides to take that exit. Sounding like CHP, the CHP air unit is now taking over, calling this pursuit. Let's see, is this going to be Terabella or Osborne? We are exiting the freeway here, I believe this is going to be the Terabella off-ramp, but no, we're swerving back onto the 5 northbound and continuing northbound on the 5. I really don't think this driver has any idea where they're going now at this point. They're just trying to get away. Leaning into another exit there, that's going to be Van Nuys Boulevard. Not yet committed to it on the right-hand shoulder there. Staying on the 5 so far. Still in the shoulder. That's not a real lane. They're kicking up some dust. Very close to the guardrail. There's the 118 off-ramp there that this driver may choose to take. Still driving at speeds of about 80 miles an hour. Looks like this driver is going to be now committed to the 118, now going eastbound on the 118. In the Pacoima area now, crossing over the Gore Point. Looks like we're going to be westbound now. Westbound on the 118. Now, options here for this driver. After he settles onto his 118 commute going westbound, he could continue all the way to Simi Valley, Ventura if he wanted to as far as that goes. But before that, this driver could get off on the 405 and go north or south. Going 100 miles an hour in the far left lane. Not yet committed to not going on that 405. That off-ramp is going to come up very quick here. I know that personally. I've missed that 405 off-ramp once or twice leaving our airport here at Whiteman Airport. And there he goes, over the Gore Point that actually has an elevation there. A couple of CHP units were actually mistaken by that one and ended up staying on the 5 freeway. We'll see if that actually caused some damage to the vehicle, because that's not an easy slope to cross. And now the driver on this 405 off-ramp, I believe this is going to be for the 405 southbound, kind of straddling the lane and the shoulder there. Headlights going on and off. You really have to wonder what's going through the mind of this driver as he makes these aggressive maneuvers. Now sliding into the shoulder and scraping the guardrail there, the barrier there, on the ramp. Saw a few sparks fly there. Oh, I think I saw a tire come out. Looks like a tire actually flew from the vehicle. That may explain why we've seen some of these aggressive maneuvers from this driver. He may be losing control of the vehicle. It is news to me and it is news to CHP that this driver has any sort of flat tire. But now we see some smoke coming from the front driver's side, slowing down onto the shoulder now, and smoke continuing to sneak out of that engine compartment. Unsure what this driver is dealing with as far as mechanical issues. We've seen him sideswipe the right side. We've seen him possibly make contact on the left side with other vehicles on the 5 freeway. Now we're going southbound on the 405, on the brakes, on the shoulder, 405 in Nordhoff here. Luckily, there's not a lot of traffic here in the area, and CHP staying right behind this suspect. Another piece of debris coming off the car. That looks like another tire. I'm kind of surprised at how we got to this point, because through most of this pursuit, we didn't know that this driver was dealing with any sort of tire issues or a flat tire or anything like that. Now coming to a stop on the 405 freeway, just north, I believe, of the Nordhoff off-ramp. We're getting News Chopper 4 in position here. Excuse the camera movement. You have 2 CHP units with guns drawn. We'll zoom in here and see what the driver's up to. That does not look to me like this driver is complying, but you do see that driver's side front tire on the rims. And you also see that that side view mirror on the driver's side appears to be knocked out of place. So when we were on the 5 northbound and we thought that the driver may have made contact with another vehicle, I think that's the damage now that we're seeing. As far as that side view mirror just dangling there out of place. You don't see the driver yet getting out of the vehicle. That's not a good sign. Monitoring CHP traffic here right now to see what they're thinking of doing right now. But now on a complete stop on the 405 freeway. One hand out the window there. Opening the door now. Driver is in the seated position, hands up. That looks to be a female driver. Looks to be. Hands above their head, walking backwards now. This is a good sign after all of that dangerous driving across from the San Gabriel Valley now to the San Fernando Valley. We see this pursuit hopefully coming now to a safe end. You see now the suspect driver getting in the prone position on the ground in the number 3 lane of the 405 freeway, now being taken into custody. You see CHP remaining with guns drawn on that vehicle because they don't know if there's anybody else inside. They have to continue to make call-outs to that vehicle and make sure that that vehicle's clear and continue to approach with caution until they know what the situation is there. You can see at least our female driver being taken into custody without any further incident. That's definitely a good sign. And now being walked to a waiting patrol vehicle. Now CHP making their move to clear the vehicle, sending 3 officers forward. Opening the doors. Opening the back gate, and there you have it. That CHP officer in the top of the screen giving a code 4 up to the CHP air unit. And this is going to be concluded here, folks, on the 405 freeway near the Nordhoff off-ramp. This stolen vehicle spotted by sheriffs from the industry station in the city of Industry taking the 60 freeway up the 5 north, down the 405 south, and coming to a complete stop after 2 tires came flying from this suspect vehicle. Now CHP working to get the vehicle off the freeway, and then they're going to get their own vehicles off the freeway here and hopefully open this 405 freeway in very short order. I believe it's a Nordhoff cat. Let me see. Nordhoff should be that one. Oh. Camera getting a little wonky there. Stand by. All right, everyone, thank you for staying with us. It's been quite the afternoon here on our NBC4 LA streaming platforms. We've had 2 pursuits and the termination of another pursuit. This one starting in the city of Industry, ending in Los Angeles, about the North Hills area on the 405 southbound near Nordhoff. You see CHP getting a few things in order here as they take the suspect vehicle off the freeway. Make sure they put the suspect in the back of another CHP vehicle, and then they're going to get their own vehicles off the freeway here, as you can see that happening now. And very shortly you'll have the 405 back open after quite an interesting pursuit here. For now, that's the latest from Pierre News Chopper 4 Alpha. Gabe Santos up here with my pilot, Rick, signing off for now. We'll see you later. Clear for home, clear for home. Yep, ready. Yeah, ready to go. All right.